we are currently at Japan for the Suzuka Grand Prix. So we have our drivers ready enough at the moment. We have 17 drivers available with us at this very moment. More drivers may be available. So we have a Ferrari, an AlphaTauri and a Racing Point missing. Quick look at the restrictions. We've got braking restricted, anti-lock brakes restricted, pit and ERS, DRS and fuel assists are all off. So we are going for a short qualifying session. So we'll get to see how quick some of these drivers are. And once we do that, we can then see who is likely to be top of the table at the end of the race. I'll go through the standings in a moment, but I just really want to get to see how qualifying goes first. So a little bit about Suzuka circuit itself. It is 3.6 miles long. It has 18 turns. That's 9 to the left, 9 to the right. It is the only circuit in the Formula 1 Grand Prix calendar that is in a figure of 8 shape. Corners to look out for is obviously the first turn, which is made up of turn 1 and turn 2. This will be fast in, slow out probably, due to it getting tighter as it goes round. The S-curves always develop a sense of lining up. Really, it's to basically get the drivers in line. And here we are. We have got rain at Suzuka today. So as you can see, our drivers will be looking to make a quick time on here because it possibly could be raining on a race day as well. So we are waiting to see who comes out, and we've got a car coming out and it looks like it's a Haas. So let's have a look to see which Haas it is that's gone out. Oh no, sorry, it is the Alfa Romeo. So it's your boy Alfie is out on his out lap as well as Ratchet. So they have chosen intermediates. Looking at the conditions, it could be an intermediate race or a qualifying or a wet qualifying. It depends on your confidence within the tread really, and if there is enough grip up there to be sitting on intermediates. So we are just going to go around with it's your boy Alfie to see how the track is. We'll bring up some details. Oh, it's your boy Alfie has gone wide. The grips might not be there. Let's see. They are all looking like they are picking intermediates for this one, this qualifying session. I would not know if this will actually affect his qualifying lap. It doesn't look like it's made any difference. It's gone into the really end chicane. And that's it's your boy Alfie starting his time. Let's get his time up and see how he goes. So he's going through the S-curves here. These are really twisty. Takes a skill for drivers to navigate them perfectly. As you can see, Ichibai has gone a little bit wide there, lost a little bit of grip. Comes through turn 7, which is the end of the S's, but also called the Dunlop curve. It's very long, very sweeping. Into Degner. From Degner into turn 9, which it goes under the flyover, up to turn 10. into turn 11. This is turn 10. You've got to get it right, nice and tight, because turn 11 is the hairpin, and you've got to get it out of the hairpin around turn 12. On turn 12, you go to turn 14 and 13 and 14, which is a spoon curve, and then this is the long straight. This is where the speed does matter. This goes on to the 130R curve, as people call it, even though it's we've just seen Itchy Boy Alfie just lose it on the 130 curve. That's a horrific accident, and that surely will put him to the bottom of the qualifying. And we've got the fastest lap from Ratchet at the moment of 140.1. Assad with a 141.8. Watch Heffy as he comes around this chicane. We've got Zobs on a 139.7 and Samir R1 on a 139.2. Fantastic lap there by Samir R1. Heffy with a 144.2. A little bit wide in that corner there. I do believe that a lot of drivers are still getting used to these tyres, used to getting to the weather. So I'm going to jump on down to with Kiku. Kiku's he is covering for our Big Irish Smoky, so we're hoping for a good race for him today as a step-in driver. It looks like he's got a nice line through these corners here. Maybe just off a little bit of the racing line, but that's okay in the wet with you can keep the tyres cold. Well, keeping the tyres wet, keep them cool enough so they don't burn out too quick. And he's got a 2-minute 40, but I do believe he's took his foot off the pedal a few times, so this could be his flying lap. We do have a new fastest lap with Hogster of a 138.5, a fantastic lap for Hogster. Hogster's now moved in the Red Bull. He used to be in the McLaren. Here himself and Ratchet have actually swapped over to each other's vehicles. This doesn't change anything for their standings, all the constructors, but it just means that any points that Hogster wins now will go to Red Bull and vice versa for Ratchet. And Kiku is come off the track. I think he's lost a bit of his front wing. What we're going to do now is we're going to switch over to see how the other drivers are doing. We've got Ryan coming through the hairpin, and as you've seen, was that Doiji? It was Doiji. Doiji coming a bit too hot on the hairpin and slid out. So I can see Ryan's got an invalidated lap, so we'll leave him to recoup that lap and see if he can go for another fast lap. Saduk is coming through up to turn 10 now. He will surely be flying down from turn 14 down to turn 16. So he does have a very good pace, Saduk, and he is a fantastic racer and able to get in amongst the front runners at times. So Simo has got a new a lap time of a 138.6. That is less than 1/10 behind Hogster. Mass Barron with a 138.9. RG with a 141.6. Cam Wills with 141.8. Does look like that we are going to have a tight battle for this pole position battle. With Sadok with a 141.3, a fantastic lap by Sadok. In amongst those mid-pack races at the moment, we've still got Kojuti, Ryan, Doiji, Shades and Darren Mark to make their laps count. Zob's on with a 139.7, a fantastic lap. I think this is going to be really tight throughout the whole race. If the weather is like this for the race tomorrow, well, for the race, it will be a fantastic spectacle. And Zobzon going off circuit a little bit. He has put in a good time. He might be heading back to the pits, get some fresh rubber on, fuel up again, and go for another run. Ryan decided. Ryan on his fast lap. He's coming into the pits. Fresh rubber, fresh fuel for Ryan there, I believe. Still waiting for Kojita to come out of the pits. Luigi on an out lap at the moment, and Cage is on the fast lap. He is in the S-Bends. So these bends are very technical. So the circuit itself is quite technical. It is an old circuit. It has not been updated much throughout the years. Variations have been done, but the majority of the circuit has stayed as it was when it was originally built. Obviously, with a lot of people, they would recognise this circuit as Suzuka. Others will know it as the Honda Raceway, as opposed to the Toyota Raceway, which is Fuji Speedway. So, any of our viewers, have you got any questions, anything, any points you want to bring up? I can see RG's just dropped out, so I think he's happy about that time. But if you've got any points, if you want to see someone who's at the top, you want to route them on, just give us a message and we'll shout them out to the drivers. So, I do like to hear what you've got to say, who you think is going to get pole today, who's going to win the race. So, drop your support in there. And what we'll do is we'll find one of our drivers, and I think I'm gonna ride on board with Luigi as he comes through the Casino Triangle, and I'm actually going to talk through the lap as he is racing it. So it's the pit straight here. This is the second fastest part of the circuit, really. Comes in nice and quick on turn 1, tightens it up on turn 2, so that's a bit heavy on the brakes. Cuts in fantastic for the other drivers, getting out of the way, giving Luigi the best opportunity to get a fast lap. Through the S's, S is the most technical part of the circuit. It doesn't look complicated, but the shifts of the G-force makes that part of the circuit very, very difficult. Through turn 7, onto the Dunlop curve, which is still part of turn 7. Wide at turn 8, cut in, a little bit too close to the curve there for that. Turn 9, this is like the second slowest corner on the circuit. Come up to turn 10 and 11, which is the slowest. And that's up through 12. 12 is technically the fastest corner on the circuit because of the long swooping right-hander. Into turn 14 and 15, which is known as the spoon curve. And I think that's invalidated his lap there. He's just gone a little bit wide, unfortunately. So, Luigi will have to do a recovery and get that lap back. But we'll carry on with him at the moment, and then I'll go through the standings. So through turn 15, this is now, that was a double apex turn. It used to be a 130R, but it's no longer that. Down through the chicane, which is known as the Casino Triangle, and he's going to pits. I'll be getting quick, fresh rubber on, ready for a fresh lap because time is running short. Still waiting for Kojita to make to do a lap. Ryan taking it easy and gentle. He doesn't want to make a mistake on this lap. He does want to get a time because it means that he could be fighting in the mid-path if he does. So we're going to go through Summer. R1 has got the fastest at the time at the moment with a 138.4. Hogster still second with a 138.5. Both are out doing a lap now. Simo with a 138.6 out on the lap now. Max Barrow with 138.9 on the lap now. Ratchet with 139.3. That's Hogster gone wide. Simo on the S-bend, Max Barrow. Turn 15. and he slows right down. Okay, he's going for a fast lap or is he coming into this? I think he's resetting himself ready for a fast lap again. Ratchet. Round the spoon curve. Nice tidy line there. Ratchet. Zob's on. Around 10-11. Sadok is in the pits, but he has got a 140.0. Zob's on with 139.7. And it does look like we've got the Red Bull and the Mercedes coming back at everyone else. Ryan has got a 140.9 good time. Ratchet with a new fastest lap of a 138.3. Fantastic lap by Ratchet. Showing Hogster what can be done in the McLaren as well. Both of these drivers, when they were driving for that in that McLaren seat, have been putting fantastic laps. I don't see much difference with them two switching over. They are getting similar positions, similar results from the other vehicles, so fantastic to see that change of vehicles does not change the style of driving. Heavy with 141.2 in the Williams. Nice tidy lap. RGMBH with 141.6 has the pads from this. Cam Rules in the Alfa Romeo coming to turn 9. He's got a 141.8 at the moment. Let's see how he's got turn 11. Could be a little bit wider. He's cut that bit wide. And Mass Barron's put the new fast slot with 138.2. A fantastic battle at the front. Top 6 positions within half a second of each other. Fantastic to see. So outside with a 141.8. He is improving on his time. Quick braking down into the Casino triangle. Oh, sorry, the Casino triangle. And into the finish. And he has got a new time of 139.8. He puts himself into the mid pack. Cam Rules with an improvement of a 140.9. Fantastic lap there, Cam. Jade with a lap time of 142.4. Kiku is on a fast lap now. Heffy and Cam Rules will be tired for the session. They must be happy with their lap time at the moment and they're getting ready for the race. But Gigi still hasn't come out the pits. Giorgio in sector 2. Go through turn 11. On turn 12 right now. Through the spoon curve. A little bit more forces on that bend this time round. Lift off a little bit there for turn 15. Hard braking into the Casio triangle. Nice and tidy through that. Around the final bends. But it's with 140.5, which puts him in 11th at this moment. Has he got enough fuel and ERS in him to do a second fast lap? It looks like he overcooked that second corner. We'll come back to him in a moment. Kiku goes wide. Will this invalidate his lap? I think it will do. Oh, he's managed to slow himself down so he didn't make an advantage. But he has suffered quite a bit of time. His improvement. He's on a 2 minute 10 at the moment. If the 107 rule came in, I don't think Kiku would actually be qualified to race. But luckily, in this league, the 107 rule is not part of that. So it's your boy Alfie and Darren Mark have both retired out of the race without putting a second time. Community has not left the pits, not putting a time. We got Kiku in 15, Shade Mabs in 14th, RG in 13th, Cam Rules in 12th, Peppy in 11th. Sadoku's on his last part of the lap now, coming through turn 17 off turn 18. Is he going to improve on his time? At a 1:39.3, which does improve by 1 spot. So Assad in 10th, Sadok in 9th, Doiji in 8th with a 1:39.0. Still good time, put Doiji in the middle, but Doiji is a fighter, he does fight through the pack quite quickly. Ryan with a good time with a 1:38.7, Zobzon with 1:38.6 in 6th, Summer R1 in 5th, Ratchet in 4th, Matt Barrett in 3rd, Hogster put a new time of 1:38.0, and Simo with the fastest lap of a 1:37.5. If you took the 2nd to 5th, they're within half a second of each other. You could stretch that bit further to include Zobzon. But they're all within that, I thought there's a half a second between first and second. That's a big gap really for qualifying. It's fantastic lap by Simo there. Can't see that Mass Baron has got a five place grid penalty for a collision with Darren Mark. MDH had terrible damage. Alright, so we can see that a few people were speeding the pit lane with warnings. They were lucky not to get time deleted. Cam Rules happy with terminal damage. See, exceeding the track limits does affect your times, guys. So you've got to be careful of that. Go off the track a little bit, you get slammed with a penalty, even though you could be flying around there. But it's something that you've got to try and avoid. So now we're going to be looking into the race. As we're waiting for our drivers to get sort the setups out and get ready for the race, I am going to go through the GP1 standings. So currently at the top we have Hogster, who's currently driving for Red Bull, is on 62 points. Mass Baron is second on 44 points. Samar Arwan in the Haas on 38 points. We have RG in the Ferrari on 18 points. Big Irish Smokey in the Williams on 16. Cam Rules in the Alfa Romeo on 15. Sadek in the Renault on 14. Kodjuti in the AlphaTauri on 14. Doiji in the Mercedes on 10. Assad in the Haas on 10. Ratchet currently in the McLaren on 9. Zobzon on the AlphaTauri in 8. Simo in the McLaren on 2. Arj in the Renault on 2. And still yet to score is Boy Alfie, Heavy, Marshall, the long shots, Shade Mabs, and Darren Mark. So we have got the formation lab happening at the moment. This is a perfect opportunity for our drivers to warm up their tyres. We do have 18 drivers on the grid in this race. And as that's happening, I'll go through the constructors here. points. We have McLaren on 64 points, Mercedes on 54, Alfa Romeo on 48, Haas on 48, Ferrari on 28, AlphaTauri on 22, Williams on 17, Renault on 16, Racing Point on 15, and Red Bull on 9. As you can see, is that there has been with changes with Hogster going to Red Bull and Ratchet going to McLaren. That may change a few things on the points, but McLaren with at the moment with a 1-3 on the grid, looks like they could be making that gap a little bit bigger from the Mercedes. Absolutely anybody's game for this race at the moment. Anybody can take the lead. A good race from the both Red Bulls. Could see them leapfrogging a whole chunk of the pack. So as you can see, our drivers are now forming up onto the grid. They are getting ready for the lights, and I will be honest, the camera view that we've got here right now is absolutely terrible. I can't see the lights properly. I'm just going to drop. There we go. Same with Ratchet, we've got a good view of what he sees from there. We are waiting for the drivers to get onto the grid. As you can see, that everybody's pretty much lined up, ready to go, and we are waiting. For the start of this race. So let's see, tyres, a mixed selection of softs, medium, hards. Across the board we've got one driver on hards, which is Zobzom. Grey clouds in the sky could mean that there might be a bit of rain to come. If any of our YouTube faithful can give me a heads up on the weather status, that'd be fantastic, but we are still waiting for lights out. Can we see what's going on? The Cochuti has phased out at the moment. And I'm sorry guys, that's me dropping out.